It's Ash from Super Videos back for another video for Season 8 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be discussing a few new clips that were included in some new teasers that were released for Season 8. Some of these clips are not high quality, and that's because I couldn't find high quality videos for those teasers. These were the best that I could find. Obviously, I did see these on AMC itself, but they never posted it themselves. So some of these have really bad quality because I just found them off of YouTube. So that being said, let's get right into this. And I'm not going to spend too much time with the scenes that we've already seen. So I'm just going to concentrate on the clips that are really new. So let's take a look at this first one. So we have this pretty badass shot of Rick here. So this is the first new clip. So we can't really tell where this is from. From the background itself, we can't really tell. It could be at the sanctuary, it could be at the junkyard, could be back at Alexandria, could be at Hilltop. We don't know. But what is definitely certain is that badass Rick seems to be back. And, this is a very badass clip of Rick probably just about to kill a couple saviors or maybe a couple of heapsters or scavengers, whatever you want to call them. And then we have this pretty cool shot of Carl, not too much to say. Obviously, this is at Alexandria, and we can tell from the walls in the back. We have this pretty cool shot of Maggie. Not sure exactly where this is from either, but I bet this is from the sneak peek where we basically had a discussion between Maggie, Rick, Jesus, and Ezekiel. We have this pretty interesting shot of Morgan. I really love this clip. Obviously, it's very short, so we can't say too much about it, but just him walking away from this sort of explosion or a car crash that just happened is very cool. So I think the car crash in the back may be the same one that we saw in the actual teaser. If you remember, in the actual teaser, there was a scene where Daryl was sitting down and there was a crash in the back and there were a couple walkers coming towards him. And I think this is from the exact same scene. We have this pretty cool shot of Danielle, Carol, and Ezekiel walking towards a battle of some sort.
Sunday, October 22nd, only on the EMC.
So that's basically it for this teaser.
The world is ours.
We have this pretty cool and interesting shot of Rick kissing Judith in the head. It's a very sweet clip. Obviously, this is back at Alexandria. It could be a dream. It could be what actually happens, but I really like the lightness and the happy vibe from this specific clip. We have this very, very, very interesting shot. Rick at the hilltop, and he's basically standing in front of the graves of Abraham and Glenn. Now, he's obviously still sad. He obviously feels a little responsible for what happened, but, it's interesting that right before this war is actually officially starting, we have Rick in front of the graves, and he might actually be, telling Abraham and Glenn in his head that he's doing this for them. So a very cool shot. I really, really like this. And I'm very interested to know more about, what this scene includes and whether we see Maggie, what that's going to entail.
Everything we've become, no matter what comes next, we've already won.
And we have this very, very cool shot of Rick in the middle of his speech. And I just love the angle. I just love the way it looks. And, I think we're going to have a pretty epic speech by Rick. Maybe one from Negan as well. We're going to have to wait and see. But I really like this specific shot of Rick and this whole teaser as a whole and the previous one. And last but not least, we have this a bit longer teaser here.
The world is ours by right. We've come together for it.
We have this one here, which is very cool, of Carl. Now, I think this is from the same scene as the other sneak peek that we got.
All of us.
we have this pretty cool shot of Rick and Father Gabriel, and they're on top of the tower, and you could also see from the previous shot that was just there, the cars in the back with the shields on them, but this is a very cool shot as well. I'm very interested to know the discussion between them and, what comes with Father Gabriel's storyline, because obviously we do know he's going to be captured, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But the other thing I want to mention is, if you remember, there was a photo of Gabriel and Rick that was released. They were on top of the tower, and I think that is from the exact same scene as well.
We need to keep our faith in each other. If we can hold on to that with everything we have, the future is ours. The world is ours.
The Walking Dead.
So that's basically all of the new teasers that were released. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.